Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Whoops.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. Can someone just indicate in the chat if, oh, well, actually, now I know because I had it up on my TV and I heard it, so. Okay. Just going to wait for a few more people. Hello. Hi, Jessica. All right. I'm just going to give a few minutes for another few people to join. Okay. All right. And I did put in the description, I guess, like the agenda of different things that we're going to be discussing today. So first, I just want to say, you guys are going to notice something on my live stream that hasn't happened before. There's going to be ads. And I would really appreciate it if you continue viewing. I'm going to say a bit more about that. There's a reason, and it's a good reason. It is going to be something I talk about later on. It has to do with my exciting new idea. But first, I'm going to go down the other items. That's going to be sort of like the last thing we discuss, this idea. And I'm really excited about it. I've already talked to some other people in South Carolina who are also really excited about it. And so just if you notice the ads tonight on the live, please stay on. If you get a premium membership on YouTube, you don't get the ads. So you can always switch over. I think it's like $10 a month to not have to do the ads. So I have a premium membership. I prefer it. Makes life a lot easier. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was my trip to South Carolina. I went to South Carolina on Friday. That was the 15th, I believe. Hi, Farm Wife. Thank you for joining. So I went to South Carolina on Friday, November 15th. I returned on Tuesday, the 20th, to Massachusetts. I didn't want to leave South Carolina, and I already want to go back. I absolutely loved it in South Carolina. Mica's benefit concert was on Saturday. There was an awesome turnout. There were like hundreds, if not 1,000 people there. There were a lot of content creators there also. To name a few, CJ was there. Oh my gosh. And I was just thinking of all the other content creators' names, and now I've just like forgotten them. Chevy Cool Lady was there. Myrtle Beach Media, Myrtle Beach News, formerly known as iPhone Guru, was there. Robbie Harvey was there. Millie Joy was there. Her husband, Rev Rob, was there. Oh, I really hope I'm not leaving anyone out. But yeah, if I am leaving anyone out, just put it in the comments if you guys were there and knew of other content creators there. It was really awesome. Her family was there. I got to talk with her father. I got to talk with her mother. They were really, really awesome, nice people. Her siblings were there. I had a brief opportunity to speak with them. They were so busy. I really didn't want to interrupt them and everything that they were trying to do. There were a lot of volunteers there also. And that was a pretty long day, but I have to say it flew by. 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., 7 hours. But it really did fly by. On Sunday, November 17th, I went to Solid Rock Church that morning. I attended the protest. There was a pretty good turnout there also. If you live in the Myrtle Beach area, or it's not too far of a drive for you, anywhere in South Carolina, really, please go attend the protests on Sundays. They could really use support. The more people, the better. And on Monday, I'm just going to skip ahead. I did other things Sunday, but I'm just going to skip ahead really quick. On Monday morning, I returned to the church and I noticed, so on the Sunday, they did not put up the barricades, which was great because they agreed, the Myrtle Beach Police Department had agreed not to put up the barricades. But on Monday, I noticed they added more barricades to the cart that holds all the barricades. So I don't know if they're going to start using them again soon, but they added more barricades to it. That makes me think something is going to be happening soon where they are going to start using them. So the more people we can get out there, the better. Also on Sunday, I went to Lumber River State Park in North Carolina, Orem, North Carolina. One thing we all noticed during that drive was how creepy the scenery was. I have a lot of pictures. I'm making a video about that, about the different things I saw in South Carolina and North Carolina. We all commented on how creepy the scenery was during the drive from Myrtle Beach to Lumber River State Park. And just none of it, just from having taken that drive, it confirmed for us there is no way Mica would have driven there with the intention of taking her life as some beautiful place that she would want to end it all. It was too creepy. Everything we saw along the drive, it really was incredibly creepy. Walking through the park was actually really beautiful, but there was also something creepy about that, and it might just be because we know what happened there. Yeah, there's these little things, I forget what they're called, but they keep flying at your face and biting you. It was incredibly uncomfortable. Everybody kept slapping their faces, trying to get these things away from them. At different points, I felt like I was being eaten alive. And I just can't imagine her doing that. I can't imagine her going to an area like that where these little bugs are flying at your face, biting you, and her saying, yep, this seems like the perfect spot. I can't imagine that. I also visited the area where John Paul Miller lives, Azalea Lakes, and the property across the street from like the edge of the entrance of his community, which is where that woman's body was found on the morning of November 1st. I'm actually working on a video. That's the one I'm kind of spending most of my time working on, about that woman, DD Reynolds Collins. Has anybody heard much about that? Because from what I heard, there's like no information out there about it. I just don't know if anything's changed since I last looked into it. I was really busy today. I started trying to decorate for Christmas. I'm not done. I had to do grocery shopping. Got storage bins, stuff like that from the Home Depot. So I've been like really busy all day. I actually just inhaled my dinner so that I could get on here on time to do a live with everybody. But okay, so nobody is commenting on if any information has come out about Deanna Reynolds Collins, whose body was found at the location of where JP was going to be building the new Solid Rock Church. That place was also beautiful, but creepy. that's something that all of these locations have in common, is that there is something beautiful about them. I'm sure that they're probably even more beautiful in the summer or spring. But when I was there was just like this creepiness to all those locations. If anybody else has been there, I don't know if you had a similar experience, if you thought it was wicked creepy, or if the same thoughts kind of ran through your mind of there's no way somebody would pick this and say, okay, this is where I want to spend my final moments on this earth. So another thing I wanted to discuss, oh, actually, wait, I haven't finished discussing Deanna or DD yet. So I've spoken with a couple of people who were friends with DD. A lot of people seem scared. A lot of people have information. It seems like they want to share. Hi, Mary. Thank you for joining. So it seems like a lot of people really want to share what they know. And they will share like tidbits of information, tiny pieces of information. And then they get nervous and they stop. So I am going to really quick put my email in the chat. I will also put my email address in the description after this live, so that anybody who watches it later can easily find my contact information. If you knew DD Reynolds, if you need a safe space to share what you know, please reach out to me. Email me your phone number, and I will reach out to you, and I will keep you completely anonymous. I will not share your information with anyone. You have my word on that. Because I have a theory based on what I know so far of what may have happened. So far, from everyone I've heard of, the things they are saying DD did, she would not have done. Self-unaliving was not her. She was too confident. She loved life too much. People described her as vibrant, full of energy, the life of the party. I've seen a couple of videos of DD, and I believe that. I watched her a funeral service. The stories that were told in her funeral service were beautiful, and I truly, hi, Just Robin, thank you for joining. I truly do not believe she would have done this to herself, especially since so many people who knew her and loved her don't believe she would have done this. Hi, Carrie Ann. Did you know anyone from the church? From what I understand, she was a member of Solid Rock Church. That's the information that's been given to me. That's why I have my email in the chat. I'm also going to be adding it to the description after I come off the live. So yeah, so from what I understand, good evening. Thank you for joining, Michael. So if anyone watching knows DD, knew DD, and you want to share any of what you know, reach out to me. I will keep you completely anonymous. I will never reveal your name. Okay. But from what I've been told so far, DD was a member of Solid Rock Church. I can't figure out like 100% if at the time of her death, if she was living in Florence, South Carolina, or Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. From what I understand, she had said that she moved to the coast, and that would have been RC, yeah. There isn't much out there. That's right. Yeah. Right now, the only information kind of sort of out there is from the people who knew her. Luckily, some of them have already reached out. One thing I've noticed is that they're scared. They will only give me a little bit nauseums. Yes, thank you, Just Robin. That's what they were called. Those things, I hate them. They were eating me alive. Yeah, so some people have already reached out to me. They do seem scared. They will only share so much information. So Dee Dee was, from what they tell me, a member of Solid Rock Church. A couple of years ago, most of her friends stopped having contact with Dee Dee. It was around the time she married her husband, Joe Collins. Joe Collins, it's weird because from everything I could tell, he seems like a nice guy. He, he seemed like he really loved her. He was inconsolable at her services. They allege, however, that she died of a self-unaliving, a single gunshot wound to the head. Just based on people who knew her. That's what they've told me. And I've come across other tidbits of information that I'm trying to piece together that I think seems strange. So RC, according to people who knew her, she was a parishioner of Solid Rock Church. And I'm trying to get more information to piece some of it together. So I believe she was living in Myrtle Beach at the time of her death, because it said that she loved the coast and she wanted to live on the coast. And she got to fulfill that dream, at least a few years prior to her passing. The pictures that she posted look a lot like the picture I posted of the sunrises and the sunsets in Myrtle Beach. And you can tell that she's at a beach. Florence, from what I understand, is not near the coast. But that's where she grew up. And the thing with her husband, Joe, so I don't know if he just owns property in North Carolina or if he technically lives in North Carolina, but at least on Facebook, it says he lives in Lumberton, North Carolina, which we know is where Lumber River State Park is, which I thought was kind of suspicious. Why are all these people associated with John Paul turning up dead from apparent self-unalivings? And why is it almost always from a GSW to the head? And why do the people closest to the decedent seem to be reaching out in a way to content creators, only giving small pieces of information and then getting nervous, backing down, and cutting off contact? Which is why I know I've said it a couple of times already on this live stream. I'm going to say it again. My email is in the chat. I am going to also put it in the description for anybody who views later. If you knew Dee Dee, if you know Joe, if you know any information about their involvement with Solid Rock Church Ministries, or just any information about them, if you knew them in the last couple of years, reach out to me. I will keep you completely anonymous. I've had so many people already semi reach out. you know, there's something they want to say, and you know, they are scared for some reason to say it. So please reach out. I will keep you anonymous. But there's something going on with that. There's absolutely something going on with that. Okay. So I'm working on a video about DD. I do want to make sure that I have as much information as possible, and I'm putting out the most accurate information. So I'm going to continue working on it until I'm at least in contact with a few more people who knew Dee Dee, who could fill in some of those gaps, especially people who knew her more recently. But I can. It is obvious that this was incredibly unexpected for her friends and family. Everyone is in agreement that she just would not have done this. It wasn't her. And she was even highlighted in a magazine. I cannot remember the name of the article or the magazine right now. Yeah, Michael, I noticed that I've been meeting a lot of people when I'm in Myrtle Beach who are from Florence. It seems like people in Florence make the commute, and Myrtle Beach, like vice versa, they just go back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so that is the person who was found on the property on the edge of the entrance into JP's little community there, where he was going to be building the new Solid Rock Church. I'm working on that video. I'm hoping to have it out soon. Again, I need just a few more people, a few more bits of information to confirm. And okay, next, the mystery woman. Did you guys see? I did a short on YouTube, and I also had put it on TikTok about the mystery woman in front of JP's house. So True Crime Re commented on my TikTok. True Crime Re reached out to JP, and JP said that, there was this woman going door to door offering house cleaning services. She was hot and tired, and so I got her a glass of water, and she sat on the front porch, and JP left shortly thereafter. I reached out to some people who live in that neighborhood to ask if she knocked on their door or if they saw her walking around the neighborhood. And they confirmed for me that they did not see that woman walking around. She did not knock on their door. They were home. And they did not capture her on the Ring doorbell. So I don't know if this person was literally like just offering on JP Street. Maybe just offered it to JP. But the people I reached out to didn't see that woman, didn't capture her on Ring doorbell footage. None of them saw her. So I am still trying to figure out the identity of the mystery woman, because I do not necessarily believe that she was a, house cleaning service going door to door offering house cleaning services. So, all right. Let me see if I can share my screen to show you. Wait. I'm just trying to pull up the thing so I can show you the video that I'm referring to. Okay, so I'm going to try to share my screen. Okay, share. Okay. Okay. So hope you guys can see this. You can't see anything. Ugh. All right, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. All right, sorry about that. I'm still like obviously having issues sharing my screen. Okay. Can I see it now? If you recognize this person, let us know in the comments, or you can send me a private message. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. That's annoying. Well, okay. Somebody asked, was this a recent unaliving? Yeah, so it was on November 1st, the same day that the FBI raided John Paul Miller's house. That morning, they went to the edge of the entrance of the Azalea Lakes like neighborhood, that the property that was going to be where they build the new Solid Rock Church. It's like just like an open lot. I did a live from there when I was in South Carolina. Yeah, so that's the woman. Yeah, her obituary is out there. It doesn't say much. It does say, however, one other connection that I found was that she went to Africa. So I think that she went with Solid Rock Church when they went on the mission to Africa. But yeah, I think it was mentioned. It might have been mentioned in her obituary, but I know it was definitely mentioned at her funeral. Yeah, it was the Solid Rock, the new property for Solid Rock. Oh, okay. So guys, sorry I'm having so much trouble like sharing my screen tonight. I have no idea why that's not working. But I did a short. It's on my YouTube channel, showing the mystery woman. If you are in the area, if you live in Myrtle Beach, visit Myrtle Beach. Live in South Carolina. If you can just like check out that short and see what that woman looks like, reach out to me. Let me know. Again, my email is now in the comments. I'm also going to be putting it in the description. Reach out. Anybody who gives me information, your name will be kept completely anonymous. Okay, about the mystery woman, about DD, all of those things. I really wanted to be able to share my screen because there's like a really exciting video I want to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can go into like a separate browser right now and see if that helps. Okay, so I'm going to type in because there's a video I want to show you for this last bit about the exciting new idea. And guys, again, I said this at the very beginning. For anybody who was not on at the very beginning of this live, you're going to notice something in tonight's live video that you haven't experienced before, and that's ads. Please stay on, continue watching. If you want to get a premium membership for YouTube, you won't have to sit through the ads. Okay, I have a premium membership. I love it. It's either like $5 or $10 a month. But you can watch videos and you don't have to watch any more ads. No ads no longer exist when you have premium. Okay. I'm going to tell you about this exciting new idea and why the ads are happening. Just bear with me, and I'm going to tell you is I just need to try to pull up this video and then hopefully successfully share my screen so that I can tell you about this exciting idea. Okay, let me sign in. I can never remember my sign-in information. Okay, so we're going to do the YouTube without my membership. So we might have to sit through an ad when we're watching this. I actually don't remember the name of it. There we go. And I'm going to try to do a short video to show you this exciting idea that I have. Okay, I found one that's 23 seconds. I really hope they don't do an ad because the ad would probably be longer than the actual video I'm going to try to show you. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just reading some of the comments. That's my dog Gizmo. He loves doing weird things in front of the camera. He does slow-mo stretches and yawns. So you guys might get to witness a slow-mo stretch and yawn. It's really weird. He sometimes stares like at the screen or at the camera when I'm doing it. When I work from home, every time I was in a meeting, he did it for the meeting participants. It was awkward. All right, I'm gonna see if I can share my screen. I'm really hoping this works this time. No, it's not that one. Where is this? Where will this be? All right, cancel. For some reason, like that's not even coming up. All right, I'm gonna close that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close all these extra things I have open. See if that helps. Type it again. All right, and then now I'm gonna try to share my screen. Guys, just bear with me. This is like a really exciting idea. And now, can you guys just let me know if you can see it? If you can see. I swear, it's like YouTube doesn't want me playing this video. Can you see it? I think it's up. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is part of my exciting idea. This is boxable. I'm gonna tell you the rest of the exciting idea after I played this short video. I don't know if I should do the 1 minute one or the 23-second one. We'll do the 1 minute one. Okay, that actually like did not give any information. So let me check the 23-second one. Hopefully this one gives information, and then if it doesn't, I will try to explain it the way that Boxable does in other videos that are much easier. All right, well, okay. So I'm going to stop sharing. Yeah. So Boxable. I'm realizing now none of those videos actually explained what it is. But okay. So Elon Musk's company created affordable homes called Boxable. They sell for between $5,000 and $10,000. They assemble in under an hour. And they're considered modular homes that you can build, you can add on to. So as your family grows or as your needs grow, you can just purchase additional mods and have them, you can build up or you can build out. So here's my idea. You ready? I am so excited about this. So my original idea was purchase a plot of land in South Carolina, purchase maybe 5 to 10 of these houses, have them set up there, and then I could stay there when I'm in South Carolina. Other people for the Justice for Mica movement, her mother, when she's in the Myrtle Beach area, would be able to stay there. But then I was thinking about it, and South Carolina does not have services for victims of domestic violence. They've already said multiple times that had Mica had access to any services, she would not have been in the situation that she was in. She would not have been essentially stuck going back to him the times that she did. You know, he was able to take her car, and they called it marital property. Then she was stuck paying 2 car payments, 2 insurances, taxes on 2 vehicles. And he took it. He could just take it from her because they were married. So, new plan. I'm going to purchase a piece of property in South Carolina, preferably Myrtle Beach. Hopefully a large bit of land and or multiple plots of land. I'm going to purchase, probably starting off 5 to 10 modular homes. I want to build the first ever gated community, safe haven for victims of domestic violence. So you guys are going to notice something else tonight you might not have seen previously. The little button at the bottom of the screen for super thanks. So I know that I mentioned before, and I don't know if any of you were present for the lives where I mentioned this information, but I recently graduated with my master's degree in social work. Okay. I'm going to be hopefully taking a licensure exam soon. I have to finish the application and everything. And because I keep getting exciting new ideas that end up taking a lot of time for research. But you know what? I've only been graduated for since the 10th. So 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. So I feel like it's like the perfect idea, because it will take those clinical components of social work, the nonprofit components, organizational structure components, getting the funding. Excess and Lapper, thank you for the congratulations. It's going to take a little while to figure out everything, because okay, so I have to establish a nonprofit, or I have to establish a business, have it designated as a nonprofit. So going through that application process. I did do grant writing, so I'm confident with my ability to apply for grants. Do that. Check zoning laws and local ordinances. Get building permits. Even so, these houses come fully done up with electrical, plumbing, all of it. They have water, sewage, all those hookups already in them. So then the challenge becomes, okay, finding a property that has that number of hookups, or being able to get them installed. I have other big plans for this property. So it's going to be gated. There's going to be, I hope, security features, like whether it be a password, like those little, I can't think of what they're called, but those little security things where you like type in a number for it to unlock a gate to be able to get through. Those kinds of things. I want to have one of those modulars designated for everyday needs, everyday essentials. So towels, thank you, farm wife, keypads, towels, toiletry products, food, and anything a person could need. I want one mod designated just with those things. Another thing I want to try to figure out is how to. So one of the things with these modular homes, right, is you can also get modular garages, and the modular garages, and well, so the houses come with solar panels, which is like very exciting. I love that. The garages come equipped with electric vehicle plugins, so that it's more environmentally friendly. It doesn't have as big a I guess footprint on the earth. So it comes equipped with an electric car charger. But if these women are legally married, they could go into the community, they could run into a bakery. Their husband could call a tow truck to come tow the vehicle back to his house where they had been living when they were together. And she'd never get it back. It's marital property. It's marital, So I want to figure out a way to get an electric vehicle for each house, each of these modulars that are either under the nonprofit's name or my name, so that if these people tried to, so that if the victims of domestic violence did try to, regain a little bit of independence, a little bit of their life back, and go out and do things they enjoy, whether it be going to a church, going grocery shopping, picking up their kids from school, going to the park with their kids, I don't want them to be at risk of having their car taken by their abuser and then them needing to figure out a way to pay 2 car payments. So I need to figure out how to do something like that. Another thing, even though this is going to be a nonprofit, therefore it'll be tax exempt. I want to get hydro panels for every modular home and a couple of extras, just to have a little bit of excess, like overflow water source. So hydro panels, they're similar looking to solar panels. What they do is they take the energy of the sun and pull the hydrogen and the oxygen molecules out of the air. The sun generates it. This dog's getting excited right now because my hands are moving. And then you generate your own water supply. Okay. And then it's free of the PFAS that are in the water. That research still doesn't know what kind of an impact that it has on people long term. But it is believed that PFAS do have carcinogens in them. They did testing of soil. So soil testing and water testing all over the country. And every sample, I believe, contains amounts of PFAS in the samples that were tested. So I want to get that. Another thing, I want to set up some kind of a website also where people can volunteer. I was thinking of having something like a community partner. So people volunteer and they go run errands with a woman around the community. That way the person gets to regain a little bit of their independence. They get to stay a part of their community, and they have someone with them who knows their situation, who knows local laws, local ordinances, that person's history, knows what rights this person has, and can go with them and make sure they're safe. If anything were to come up, you're having the numbers right on hand for either the Myrtle Beach Police Department, Horry County Sheriff's Office, or the security team from the Safe Haven Village. Another thing I want to do is get a van that will act almost like a school bus for the kids of the community. And I need to find out the like rules, the laws in South Carolina, how it actually works. And what I would probably end up doing is going to every school a child of the Safe Haven Village is registered at and finding out their procedures. But basically, like, anytime a woman moves in to the Safe Haven Village, finding out where the child goes to school, talking to the school administrators, finding out what is your procedure, who's allowed to pick up this child, can mom say dad can't pick up this child, is that allowed? And if dad does show up, can you call us immediately? So that we can deploy somebody to that school to intervene? Because lots of times, especially when the victim of interpartner violence, when they get away, the perpetrator goes for the kid. They go for the kid, and if they get the kid, they know that they'll get her back, because mom's never going to leave the kid. And so what I'd like to do is not just build a Safe Haven Village, but have additional things in place to support these women so that they can act, or I shouldn't be specifying just women, but to putting things in place to support these victims so that they can get out and stay out. And yeah, so you guys probably see the super thanks button from this live. All proceeds of the super thanks will be designated specifically for the Safe Haven Village. I am going to be applying for grants. I'm going to be applying for all sorts of different funding. If anything gets in the way of my ability to successfully actualize this endeavor, all the proceeds from this live would then get redirected to the Francis family. So if you guys like the idea, the boxable homes, they're between $5,000 and $10,000. The property land in South Carolina is much more affordable than it is here in Massachusetts. And I know that there's a lot of services out there. So any donations we can get in to have for the Safe Haven Village. I'd like to actually call it Mica's Village, but I want to talk to her family about that before doing anything like that. But I was just thinking like Safe Haven Village, Mica's Safe Haven. Yeah. So that's my exciting new idea. I want to build a gated safe haven for victims of domestic violence to help them get away. I think just since Mica's passing, there were like 3 other women I heard about who were trying to get away from their abusive spouse. And now they're dead. And I heard on other lives that well, actually it might not have been lives, but on other things on YouTube, that if somebody actually, if Mica was trying to get resources, what would those have been? And there were none. There were none, or the only services that were available were like a couple of hours away, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. But then also another piece to consider is that the data collected from this would only support the need for a coercive control bill for Mica's Law. So all these things will help each other. Yeah. And there's a lot to investigate. There's a lot to investigate. I've already started looking into it. This is something that I am absolutely definitely doing. You know, and I realize I'm probably going to have to put up a good amount of my money. I might even have to, you know, probably do like the whole like credit checks and everything. Thank God I have good credit, because that's definitely going to help with getting this up off the ground. But that's why any donations would be greatly appreciated. And I mean, I'm saying it on the live. People can always go back and check. All proceeds from this live will go to creating the Safe Haven Village. If for whatever reason it doesn't, something interferes that makes it impossible to continue the pursuit. You know, I get hit by a bus and become a quadriplegic or something, right? All proceeds will go to the Francis family. But I'm definitely doing this. This is definitely happening. And yeah, so far when I've put my mind to something, I've always succeeded. I will succeed in this, even if we don't get any donations. Most grants are dependent on donations in kind. So getting some source of donations will be necessary, even if we don't necessarily get them through YouTube, so be it. But I'm really excited about this idea. I think that this is going to be huge. I'm going to try to see if the grants and there are so many grants for these kinds of things, but it really comes down to actually applying for them, being a registered, I'm using the wrong word, but being a company or a business and then getting the nonprofit designation, and purchasing the land are going to be the first things. And then getting those other funding. What I'd like to do is I might try to reach out directly to Elon Musk and see if we can just get like 5 to 10 homes just donated for the cause. I mean, I would explain in there, exactly what the plan is and everything. I've already sent a few emails for more information for a large scale development, because they have like different like pricing plans or pricing options when it's more of a development, and it being like 5 to 10 starting off with, especially for the purposes that this is going to be used for, I think that there's a really high chance that it would be donated, or at least something where it's like, okay, we're going to provide these and you can pay later. I think it would be awesome if there's some kind of opportunity for that. If anybody in the chat, anybody watching at any point, if you know Elon Musk personally, if you want to throw out this idea to him and get him to agree, that'd be awesome. But I don't have anything else to go over tonight. Does anybody have any questions? I'm looking at the chat right now. So if anybody has any questions, ask them now, please. Or any comments, suggestions, anything, pop them in there now so that we can get to it before we end. Michael had said, be sure to check the building codes. Yeah, I know. And I think it's really exciting that all of these houses come with everything needed, all the appliances, the electrical, the plumbing, everything. And then hopefully there aren't going to be any issues in Myrtle Beach. And it's also going to be like so much better for the environment, the solar panels. Energy efficient. It's like more energy efficient. I don't know if you guys saw in the video, it had like that really small like washing machine and dishwasher. Okay, so I don't see any questions coming in. So okay, it's gonna be the last thing I kind of put out there to people. If you know people, if you know businesses, places that would have some kind of an interest in the idea that I have, if you know, you especially have a relationship with them where you can say like, hey, there's like this really great thing in the works right now. Would you like to make a donation? If there's people out there trying to raise funds for this, it is going to help it so much more. Especially right now, I am in Massachusetts. I am not in South Carolina. So anybody in South Carolina, if you think that this is an idea that others in South Carolina would see as beneficial, start asking. You know, you can tell them about my page. You can share this live with them afterwards, after it's over, and just let them know. All you have to do is click on the super thanks button. Any donation will help. And all donations from this video will be designated specifically for Safe Haven Village. Absolute worst case scenario, I get hit by a bus, get redirected to the Francis family. I'll make sure my mother knows that too, just in case I do get hit by a bus. Knock on wood. I don't have any wood around me. But well. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining I Spy Crime. I will look out for a message. Thank you all so much for watching. And please keep an eye out in the coming days. I'm hopefully going to be able to finish and post the video that I'm currently making about DD Reynolds. That is the woman whose body was found on JP Miller's property for the new church on November 1st, 2024. And again, if any of you knew DD, know Joe, if you have any information, my email is in the chat. I'm going to put it in the description. Please reach out. I will keep you anonymous. Same thing for the mystery woman. If anybody knows who the mystery woman is, who was in front of JP's house, please reach out with any information. I will not give anybody your information. I will keep you 100% anonymous. Okay, so we are going to end the live now. Thank you all so much for joining, and have a great night.